At GIPSIL, we support children, young people, and adults who have experienced difficult and sometimes traumatic situations. Being trauma-informed means understanding how those experiences affect people and making sure our support does not add to that harm. It's about creating safe, consistent, and respectful relationships, enabling the people we work with to build brighter futures together.
Hi, I'm Sam and I work for the mediation team here at GIPSIL, and we work with young people aged 11 to 18 and their parents or carers. Mediation is an intervention or support whereby we basically facilitate a conversation, and it helps young people and their parents or carers who are in conflict or experiencing difficulties at home to be able to have open and honest conversations with each other, and we facilitate those with a view to changing things for the future. So we're not a therapy, so we don't look at the past and what's happened, but we're very much future focused, and it's what needs to change, what can you do to change from here to make the relationship better.
We put safety first. That means clear boundaries, reliable staff, and spaces where people know what to expect. Trust comes when people see that we do what we say we will, and that we listen to them without judgment.
My name is Kat Stevenson. I'm the Transitions Coordinator for GIPSIL. I think it's, go for children's services where it's a lot more nurturing, the family tend to be involved, or a lot more professionals, to going into an adult service where the onus is a lot more on the young person, and it's understanding that system and how it works. So really helping them to advocate for themselves. The primary reason for our referrals has always been anxiety, and I think even much older adults struggle with that the first of something, the first time going to a place, and so young people are exactly the same, and it's kind of helping get over those anxieties and to be able to get through the door to some adult services. So I think it's essential, especially with it being community outreach.
Relationships are at the centre of everything we do. We work alongside people, not over them. Support is built in partnership, with respect for each person's experiences and needs.
Personally, from the complex needs team, I'll give an example of a young person with an Italian background, and we went to Frankie and Benny's together, and he was in his element because he was able to say, speaking in his native tongue, and we had such a laugh, and you could see that you were building memories for that young person, and he's never forgotten it. He always reminds me, we need to do it again, we need to go and have a pizza and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that element. And then we are involved in the boxing group, and some of the young people there refer to me as uncle, a title I don't deserve, but it's very respectful. But I could see what they're trying to say, that by me listening and giving them advice and supporting them, that's how they perceive me, which is very important, because that's coming from them. It's not scripted, it's not me saying that you must call me this. This is the feedback from the young person, just feeding off what you're doing and helping them. So that's something you can't even write down or factor in, but when you see it and you hear them calling you those type of things, you know that you're doing something right.
Trauma can take away a person's sense of control. We make sure children and adults are involved in decisions about their support. They are given real choices, and their views shape the work we do together.
So I'm Rebecca from the AIM project. I am the coordinator, and I've been working with the project for 6 years.
Hi, I'm Nikki, and I'm a transitions and wellbeing worker for the AIM project.
So there's 3 main parts of the support that we provide. So the main part is around emotional wellbeing. We do a lot of therapeutic work. I would say everything we do is therapeutic, whether it's going to the cinema or going for a walk, or doing more formal CBT or mindfulness work. I think everything we do benefits people's well-being. But we do a lot of one-to-one well-being work, and that's very much based around the individual and what they're asking from us. So some people want to do some quite sort of focused work around maybe anxiety or anger. Some people are quite interested in doing like life story work and unpacking things that they've experienced in the past. A lot of confidence building and self-esteem work we do as well. Another part of the work we do is post-16 transitions, so that's a lot of practical work around sort of stepping through that whole process of moving from school into post-16 training or education. So we do a lot of bespoke college visits where we have the opportunity to take somebody down on a normal college day and see the college, the departments that they're interested in, and see the way that things work on a regular day rather than having to face the crowds at an open day, for example, which can be quite overwhelming and doesn't really give you a full idea of what the kind of student experience is.
When people feel safe and respected, they can focus on their strengths. We see children and adults gaining confidence, building positive relationships, and working towards their goals. This is what trauma-informed practice looks like in action: practical, consistent support that helps people move forward.
Yeah, my name is Lee. I am one of the wellbeing workers at GIPSIL. I work with quite a lot of people with neurodiversities as well. It's about putting what works for you, what works for your brain. So I was working with a girl who was academically brilliant, had a really good job, but really struggling with self-care and the past, wasn't open to counselling. What was great and what really worked well was the kind of coaching model works well with the counselling model, but it allowed that person to start to see themselves, to reflect on who they were as a person. So we do quite a lot of values-based work, so you call values. Are these being realised in your life? And we did a lot of work on that. By the end of it, the girl I was working was quite closed, not very open to talk, found it really difficult to engage with groups. By the end of the support, which is a short-term support, so it's usually over about 8 to 12 weeks, she was ready for counselling. She was ready to talk about that past that she really struggled with, but also start to engage a little bit more in those groups, which was fantastic for us to see as well. We've got lots of stories, and it's been really, for me personally, I'm looking at my own values. It's my purpose in life. I really enjoy it. So it's fantastic to do that.
Being trauma-informed is not a special project. It's in the day-to-day, the way we greet someone at the door, the time we take to explain what will happen next, the consistency of staff who show up when they say they will. These small actions build safety and trust. At GIPSIL, being trauma-informed means working with children, young people, and adults in ways that are safe, consistent, and respectful. It's about understanding, not judging, and it's about giving people the best chance to thrive.